Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. Well, I have a little project share, just a continuation of the papers that I had, magazine papers, and that I glued onto some packaging, but I've also decided to back it with brown shopping bag from Woolworths. And of course my glue stick let me down because some of it, because I was going to use this for covers, but I've decided not to. They're going to be tags and sort of different ephemera, journaling card, tags, pockets, whatever, belly bands, and that way I can stitch right around it, and if there's anything that comes undone I can re-glue it with my got my glitter glue supply now. So, but I also have, I still use Crafters glue, but of course they phased that one out, so I can't get it anymore. So anyway, so this is one of the pages, and I'll show you what I've done with another pink one. And put that aside, my table is a mess, so you'll have to excuse my glue cutting board here. So this is what's left of what the colour that I'm using. And at this stage, this is what I've made. So I've backed it with the paper bag. This is a little clothing tag, and it was nice and round and sturdy. So I've just popped a piece of this paper on here with a little dragonfly brad. And I just put some, I think it's a Italian or Greek book page, and I've just, I just glued it on with the glue stick, bearing in mind these have all been Mod Podged now, these sheets, and I wasn't sure if the glue stick was going to adhere to it, but it did. So, and then after 5 minutes or so, I just ripped it off and left the torn edges, which is great. This is the inside of a spine of a book that I took apart, where they have that linen fabric and some very strong cardboard style. Well, this is, and look at the ridges of it. I mean, how cool is that? I'm just going to see if I can zoom in here somewhere. Oh, I can't see the button because I'm sitting down. So I'm just going to hold it up for you. And I've popped on one of my stamps. This is a Papua New Guinea stamp, and this is, I thought it was an Aussie stamp, but it's not. It's just that the colours were really cool. And then I had this twine floating around my desk, and I still have a little piece just here. And so I used my art glitter glue and just pop that on there, and it won't come undone. And I've stitched around it, so that's that. Okay, I reckon it looks pretty cool. And you can flip this and put a note on there or something. It just looked really cool. And then I've made a little Matchbox book booklet, and I stitched right around. And again, this is this linen from the inside of the book spine. Okay, used a bit of scrappy paper, and I just had this little applique, and I didn't want to cover it too much. This looks like a tree, doesn't it? And in here I didn't stitch anything in it. I just lined it again with a paper bag, and I've just popped in some pretty lined paper scraps, and that just tucks in here. And because I stitched the bottom across it, it makes it nice and taut, so it won't come undone. So that's that. And the other one is a little tag just here. Now this is I'm going to see if I have one, and I'll show you what it is. It's a lot easier for me to show you than trying to explain it. If I have it. Oh yes, I ordered some seam binding 2 years ago, and that's how often I use it. So I still have some, and didn't come with that. Okay, just bear with me. Here it is. That was a freebie. Okay. Here it is. Okay, so that's that packaging. I've also used it at one stage as a pocket you know, that way. So that's what I did. So what I did was I put dictionary paper on here, then ripped it off, and then I've just cut the middle out so you can see a bit of that dictionary paper, and popped in some Tim Holtz paper dolls, which I'm really trying to use up. And then I had this red, this round circle. I've got a few here just that I cut out, and I just covered it with that paper. And then you've just got, oh no, I didn't, sorry, I didn't cover it with paper. I traced that around to make it that size. Get your facts straight, Krista. And stitched right around, and here I've left it the colour of the cardstock that I, or the packaging that I glued everything on. So that's that one. Now I do have another one. Now I've got to find it, because I've got one missing. Just bear with me while I look in my mess, because you really don't want to see my table. You know, when you've got an idea and you want to put it together, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I'll show you my next project. Can't believe, oh, here it is. Okay, I made a little index card. Okay, had a frame, put her in there, but made it as though she's peeking out. A little bit of this fabric. Now I've still got, oh, here it is. So yes, and here's that fabric that I used to rub the acetone over the paper, and once it's dry it comes up really cool. A little bit of lace and a cute little button just here, and then I had this little sticker of a dog, and she's got the ball and a little word saying a little rule, so maybe she's trying to teach him something or something. So that's just a little journaling card, and I've just popped that on there. So that's that. Now I've got all this right, and here I've just made the tag. This is a mini playing card. I do have some, where are they? Here they are. And what I did was I put dictionary paper. I glued the dictionary paper on there just with a glue stick, and then waited a minute, ripped it off, and then I covered it with dressmaking paper to get that colour. So that's what that is. I've put a whole thing on there and put those two in there, and here's that cloth that I used. Okay, it's like eco-dyed, isn't it? Doesn't that look delicious? I'm not going to eat it, trust me. And then I've just popped a little tag, and yeah, and that's on back that with paper bag. So how cool is that? I really like that. Come out really good. And all I did was just stitch down the middle and then put everything on top, and that's why you see that little row there. So how cool is that? So that's that one. Okay, so I think I've shown you all those in the pink. So that's just from one page, and I still have something here, so I'll probably make a belly band out of this with some pockets or something. And here's probably maybe a pocket going maybe that way. Let me have a look. I'm gonna do that right now while I've got it in my mind. Put my little circle on there, because otherwise I'll forget. So that can just be a, I'll just eyeball it, so I know that's going to be a pocket, and that will be a belly band. And then I've got all this just from one sheet of paper, you know, something like that. Great backgrounds. And because I'm making another garden journal, so I'll probably use one of like this, and maybe one like this. In the garden journal, it's got a bit of green and pinks for flowers, and the rest will go in other journals. So that's that. And then of course I've done a green one, because I'm trying to use I've got this get rid of that, sorry about the mess folks, I mean, oh, terrible. I've got distressed ink, and it's It's the Ranger Collection Forest Moss, and it's a really, really nice. And I've just sprayed some water on it because I haven't used it for so long. So, okay. So, I went in my, this is my file. This is what I use, and it's got on it garden, which is for botanical and garden. So I've got all my collections. I've just popped in there and then put in my cabinet. That's how I store my bits and pieces when I find something. This was in some Happy Mail, so I'm going to use that in the journal. Okay, so I've used the green one now, okay? And it has some little flowers on here, some flowers here. There's a pumpkin. It was a pumpkin, bit of ivy there. So that's left. That's what's left on this one. So I've already started some. Here's a really nice big tag, and I used the measurements of this one, okay, because it was just a really good size. Now, you'd never guess what that is. What do you think that was out of? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a magazine. No, it wasn't a book. It was a newspaper. The local newspaper had a garden section in it. So when I saw that, I'm going, aha! So that's what that is. Used one of these labels that I've got in my stash, and I didn't want to cover up too much. It's got this lovely little daisy there. But what I did was I flipped it over because I used a file folder and it was too long, and I thought, well, I won't cut it off. I'll make a little pocket, turned it up. I had got some of these magazine pages that I cut little hearts out for my project a couple of years ago, and I kept the bits of the cutouts, and I've just popped it on there. Time is always of the essence when you're gardening, and here I've just popped on a couple of tags that were just in my stash. So that just, I mean, how cool. And I just stitched around with green. Really like that effect of that paper. And here's another one. Here is some more of that fabric binding style, which was on top of the book. Let me explain it to you. So this is what I use. See, I took the cover off. This is what I use. It's got that brown paper on it, and I really liked it, and it came off in the pieces that I've used. But on top of here was this. So you could see this little red edge here. Okay, it was sort of come across here. So I took that off, and that's what I used. Okay, this is a cutout from a book, and had one of my little cutout, sticker things filed. Now this is a bottle, and I wish I hadn't covered it all up because could represent a bottle of wine because these are grapes. Okay, and here is some of that paper. I'm just going to glue that down. And this art glitter glue does the job very quickly, so I'm not too concerned about it, because this has been decoupage, so I don't know why that came up. But things like that happen. Again, I stitched around it. On the back, I used a piece of a book with had chapter whatever. I know that's 5. I don't know what the L is for. Oh no, 51, chapter 51. And had this pretty flower border, and I've just popped on some journaling cards, and I did a bit of stamping. So there's plenty of room to, make notes. Sorry about the wobbles, but doesn't that look good? I didn't want to put too much in it, but the background, oh. And here's another one, and here I used some more of that fabric. This was a cutout. Look, it was gifted to me, like 4 or 5 years ago. Here then of course made another pocket, did a bit of stencil. This is actually a die cut, and I used the die cut as a stencil. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And just a little tag in here. So that's that. So what I'm going to do now is, because I have some more left over, I've made 2 tags. I've made 3 tags. So now I wouldn't mind doing a journaling card, but it might be, just let me turn this board around. I know it's very dirty. I've got to get myself a new one. I'm a shocker for it. So, and I don't have a cutting board where you measure and all that, so you know it's just not going to happen. So, and here you'll see offcuts of what I've got here that I want to use up, and I've just found her. Wouldn't that be good on the cover? Okay, so let's not get distracted, Krista. So I might use this strip here as a belly band because I've got these flowers. So let me see if I can cut this down. It doesn't have to be a wide, and that way I can make it 1, 2, 3, 4 for the journaling cards. And then, this might be a long video today. And then now my knife, I've had it outside gardening and I forgot my knife. Okay. What else do I have? Oh, here we go. I do have one of these. I don't like using these. I've cut myself really bad with these ones. And I don't know if this is sharp. I don't think it's sharp because I don't have any blades. No, not yet. It's getting there. Jeez. I think that's it. Sorry about that. Okay. So here you can see a little bit of blue of that packaging, so I might just cut that off. I might just leave it because I don't know. You know, because I've got to measure it to see, because it's a bit wider there, here. And I'm not going to worry about that at the moment because, you know, I don't like this. But now let's cut this in half. I'll just see how wide it is. It's 9.5. So it's 4.5, 4 3/4. So what about if I make it 4.5 is 9 and then 1 1/4 there? That should come up. Wasn't very well prepared, was I? I mean, this is really painful to watch, I know. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea or something. Okay. I think I'm going to end up bending that. Where's that cap? I think they are more dangerous than my knife. Right. So, let's see if they're straight first, because no use going ahead. No. Yeah, they look all right. No, it doesn't. Just let me have a look at this one. Actually, I might round this corner off anyway, mightn't I? And I use my envelope punch, and I... Sorry about the waffle bobbles and the waffles. It is Thursday afternoon, and this is I didn't plan this video. I did a bit of gardening, and I thought I'd come inside, and I needed a rest, give my back a rest. So that's that, and that's on the back of a manila folder. So, and so is that. And why is that sticking out? I'll get covered with my stitching anyway, and I'll go on and I will probably, now I wonder if I should make that, how do they make that with the, how do they make it? Oh, it goes in here, doesn't it? Is that the one then? Let me do a demo, because if I muck it up, I'll be in trouble. So if I use it as a guide, oh yes, okay. See, you can tell that how often I use this. So if I was to, see this, nothing's planned here. So I want to use that and then turn that around. Is that how they do it, isn't it? And I want to see if I can make that about there, do you reckon? Level with that. See, I don't measure anything. Okay, so now what happens is, oh gosh, I've got to cut it now, haven't I? Got to cut that, is that right? And I want to keep that strip because I could use it somewhere. And here we go again. Now be very careful when you use these. I'm saying this because I've had a few mishaps. They weren't pretty. So that's why I use a Stanley knife. I have to go and get it after. No. Sorry about the commotion if you can hear kids screaming. Our neighbour lives across the road and we live on a hill. It echoes. And all this, and I think I've mucked it up. Oh no. Did I muck it up? No. Let me get this out here. So okay, so that looks cool. So let's do the corners. You know, I bought this a while ago, showed it myself something, and to make envelopes, but you know what? They're much easier to do by freehand. Okay, so here we've got a little index card. How cool is that? What I might do is I might go on my sewing machine and I'm going to stitch around it before I do anything. So, oh, just let me put this back. So I'm just going to give you something to look at while I go to the sewing machine, which is right next door, same room, just 3 foot away. Just roll my chair over. And away we go. Now did I want a ruffle? Change of plans here, folks. I'm going to do a ruffle, and I've got some here, and I'm going to use that to make a ruffle. I reckon that's pretty cool. Okay, won't be long. I'm using my Elna that I had when I was, oh geez, oh, I need a pin now. When I was in my late teens, because I wanted to sew, and this little fit, this is still going. I might just make that bigger. Scissors. kids are having a blast over there at the moment, which is a good thing, I suppose. Okay, so now I've got to do the around the edges. So go a bit faster now. Yeah, so this little machine is going and going and just keeps on going. It only sews fabric, paper now. I have a Havana in a cabinet, and that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And I use that for fabrics. Just changing my stitch to straight stitch. And I must say, also, welcome to my subscribers. Great to have you on board. And, you know, there's so many YouTube channels out there now. Everyone has so many different ideas, and then we can make it our own, can't we? Right, I'm done now. I've got the French doors open here in my craft room. It goes out to the back deck. Right, so how does that look? So I've just gone and I'll just go back here. So I've just done that. So I've just done that with a plain stitch. The machine doesn't, it's showing signs, but it's all right. I mean, it's, you know, junk journaling. And I really like this little ruffle. I reckon it's pretty cool. And, yeah, frayed look and all that sort of thing. Well, not that much, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now what to put on them? That's a million-dollar question, isn't it? I've got this out of a magazine. I don't want to cover up, well, I'll try not to. I got this out of a magazine. But I mean, really, do we want all these? Not really. And then I got, no, that's not going to work. It's not good, definitely not going to work. What about a stamp? What about him? What about him? He looks better there, but he needs something, doesn't he? Or better still, see, I'm using whatever I have on my desk. And sometimes there's not much there. So I might have to resort to, is there an orange? There's an orange there. See, I kept that from an envelope. I mean, really? Okay. Clean, clean, clean. Yes, that's the, our neighbours' kids make the truckies beep their horns. Milk bottles, do you think? Apples to make cider or something? So I'm really and this is how I roll. Like if I see something, I might not use it as a tag, but I'll use it as a little background. I mean, how cool is that? Okay, I'll use that. And what else have we got? It's shiny. I don't like shiny. How does that come up with the green? I should have a bit of background music, shouldn't I? But I don't know how to do it. Unless I got my laptop on and let it play a little bit of background music. But, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? So that can be a tag, but let's put him in here. It's a little bit shiny. I don't like that. I don't have anything that'll make it sort of let me have a look. Let me see what happens if I do this. Oh God. If I don't like it, it's going to go and get chopped up and used for something else. I think this is, what is that? Alcohol ink. Yeah, that'll be right. I didn't take it all out, but, you know, let me do something that's sort of like, maybe hide that bit up there. Put him in here. It's different, isn't it? Apples. Oh no. Napped. Okay. It says apple. No, that's not going to work. Don't like it. Okay, back to the drawing board. What have I got here? I have to stitch that on, haven't I? But there's no blue in here, you know, like it's not going to work, is it? Hope I'm not boring you. This is an impromptu live. Okay. Have a look at my little stash here. See what we have. Feel label. No, that's not going to go. But I can use it at one stage. And there we go. Okay. I found some die cuts that someone gifted me a while ago. Where's that little fella? He's gone to get his apples. The only problem is, you know, when you're putting it into something that's not gonna work. It's too flimsy. Okay. Should have been a bit more prepared. I know. Can I maybe use There you go. Yeah, for the beginner, I keep all these. Yeah, that's like me, isn't it? See, I'm looking through all my... See, because this is sort of like bare there. I'm not into the blue side of it. Okay, what about if this is wrong and we do it like this? Put her in there. Okay, just let me do some fussy cutting here. Where's my little scissors gone? Yes. Okay, here we go, fussy cutting. I got this, I think this is the napkin, and I decoupaged on this cliff. I've had this for so long, and finally using it. I'm not, even though I do a lot of fussy cutting, but because you're watching me, I'm getting nervous now. You'll be saying, what, Krista, nervous? Nah. So just get rid of all this. Just get rid of this. So instead of it going, you know, pocket, I'm going to make it, it goes in that way. Or that way. I think I want to sort of cover that bit up. I'll have a look how she I really like that. Oh, that's in the way. So maybe there. I'll just give this a little bit of inky. Can't believe they let those kids scream all day. But they're kids, I suppose. Kids are kids, aren't they? So how about we do that? You know, it's... You don't need much on these cards. You just need something of interest. And I reckon that's the go. Just like that. So she looks like she's sitting on a big rock with other rocks behind her. This is Italian for something, who knows. So let's do it. Okay. Now this is decoupage, so I need my glitter glue. Someone asked me why you don't do processed videos like actual, because I'm a messy crafter and I just roll with the punches. How it is. I might have something planned and then I totally change my mind. Just there. Now I usually use my other glue, and but because I've already Mod Podged this, I should say, I want to make sure it sticks. And glitter glue does it. Doesn't that look, it looks real like a, I don't know, maybe I need something here. Maybe I need something that says filed, or every day is a new beginning. Every morning, actually every day, a few things are possible. Each morning, see, I'm reading it from here. I've got this, no. And all that we have seen should know, but no. Want something with mountains? No. Possible. Few things are impossible in themselves, except one. No. The flowers are nature's jewels, with whose wealth she decks her summer beauty. Every day is a new beginning. Every morning is the world made new. Now, isn't that a good one? I like that. Okay. I mean, even that tree is good too, isn't it? Krista, close your thing. So will I cut it so it looks like the part, or... Those little kids across the road, they don't have an early bedtime. 11 o'clock at night, you can still hear them in the house yelling and screaming and carrying on and playing, and you can hear the balls being thrown around. Oh my God, they sure don't know the meaning of time for bed. But who am I to judge? I don't have children. Hubby and I could never have children. We tried, but the good Lord said, nope, it's not your time. And honestly, that is exactly the words that I heard in the car driving home from the clinic. And yeah, we were getting pretty stressed about it. So look at that. Every day is a new beginning. Every morn is the world made new. Oh, love it. Okay. She might be up there sitting on the rock watching the sunrise. There you go. I might just give the edge a bit of an ink. Not that it needs it, but so how's that? Isn't that cool? So from this idea, now it's this idea. Like it. You don't need much more than that. It says what you want it to say. And then I have an index card, but I'm not going to bore you with that now. I'll do that off camera, and I might still use him because I really want to use him. See what happens. So thank you very much for stopping by and watching me do something. And of course, these are the ones that I finished. And this is the one I finished now. So thank you for watching. I'll see if I can do a close-up so that you don't see my total mess here. And I better put my glue back on. My little stopper, my little dangle. Like that. And I'll just zoom in so you don't see all mess. But didn't that come out pretty cool? You know, this was from a book page, And this was a napkin that I decoupaged on the whole page, and then I just cut her out today, and then I fussy cut her. And there's that little wording there. So, yes. All right, folks. Thanks for popping in, watching me stumble about. And hope you enjoyed it. It's gone long enough, 45 minutes. Woof. Till next time. Bye for now.